Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing a YouTube tutorial on how to make a flat plate mould. So this is a negative impression of your sculpt, and this is just completely reusable to keep putting silicone and bulk up plastic in to make multiple flat plates. I'm making ones with gills, but yours might be like a bullet wound or a bite or a cut or whatever, but technique is completely transferable across whatever your sculpt may be. So to do this, you need silicone. I have got Neil's Materials Key 22 because it's specifically formulated to make flat plate moulds, but you can use Plastic Gel 10 or anything else, it is completely the same. I've also got 3 plastic cups, some Vaseline, weighing scales and some wet clay. I'm using wet clay because it's really nice and soft and it's easy to make your walls out of, but you can use monster clay or chiffon or whatever is easiest for you. The other thing I recommend before you start is if you're working on a table, just get like a plastic sheet or a cloth that you don't really care about and some old clothing to wear, because silicone is a nightmare to get out of your stuff.
What you want to do is create your flashing. This will be an area for all your excess silicone to escape to when you make your piece. So just roll up some sausages of clay, push them onto the board and then just smooth them flat. Then take a sculpting tool with a flat or a sharp edge and just cut all the way around your flashing. This will just keep your mould really nice and neat and tight. So you want to build a wall out of wet clay. So this is just the same technique, just roll up little sausages of clay, smush them onto the board, and you want to sort of stack these on top of each other and then just blend away the edges. This will be an area for when you pour your silicone into your mould for this to fill up to. You want to keep it about 1 centimetre above the highest area of your sculpt, and then just reinforce the walls at the sides, make sure these are nice and thick and so the walls don't just bend and flop everywhere as soon as you pour your silicone in. Once you've done this, you just want to take some ordinary Vaseline, and this will work as a release agent, so your silicone sticks to this instead of sticking to your mould. It'll just make the removal of the silicone much easier. Just want to get a little bit of this on your finger and just rub it all the way around the wall and the flashing and the board. Then you can take a small paintbrush and then you just want to use this to paint on your sculpt, making sure that you don't push too hard so you don't disrupt any of the texture. So you're ready to start running your silicone. As I said earlier, I'm using Neil's Materials Key 22, and this comes in catalyst and base, but if you're using, say, Plastic Gel 10, this will come in parts A and B, but this works exactly the same. So for simplicity, we will say that my catalyst is part A and my base is part B. Then you want to start pouring your silicone out into your cup. As you can see, I've labelled this, so you have cup A and a mixing stick that's also labelled to match. This is so you don't have any cross-contamination between the two. If you get a small part of A in your B pot, the whole pot could set and then you've got a lot of wasted product on your hands. So then just start pouring this in. As you can see, it's really nice and thick, so it pours out really, really slowly. You kind of just have to guess how much you need depending on the size of your mould, and then just tip away any excess and try and get this back into your pot. You want to pour out an equal part of your part B. As you can see, mine is blue. If you use Plastic Gel 10, this will be clear. So you can pigment this with some silicone pigment or some water-based paints or some grease paints. If you have a different colour, it just means when you're mixing the two together, you'll be able to clearly see that the mix has been mixed thoroughly. You then want to pour this into a separate cup, labelled A and B. The reason you want to do this is when you pour your silicone out, as you can see, you'll have lots of excess silicone stuck around the cup. If you were to pour your A straight into your pre-made B cup, you probably have about 96% of your A mixture and 100% of your B, so the mix would then be off. You may want to wear gloves when you do this, as this can be quite messy. You then, when you're mixing it together with your separate spoon, you want to just make sure you're getting right around the bottom of the cup and mixing this thoroughly, and there are no white or blue streaks. Once you've thoroughly mixed this, you want to avoid air bubbles in your mould, so you want to pour this from a nice high height. You can also then tap your mould along the side of your table to try and pop these further. If you haven't filled up your mould enough, don't worry, because you can always add more silicone to top this up once it's set. After waiting for this to set for 45 minutes, you can just peel away your clay wall when your silicone is nice and sturdy. And there you have it. There is a negative of your sculpt, which you can then make multiple silicone pieces from. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and if you'd like to see more of my work, please check out my Facebook and Instagram page and my website. Thank you.